Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story. Much love, guys. Now today's first story comes from the Am I Overreacting subreddit and says, am I overreacting? My fiance used a laundry detergent I might be allergic against, so I changed my will. My fiancé and I recently bought a house together. We got basic things from his family as housewarming gifts. His grandmother gifted us a huge package of laundry detergent. Now, here is where the problem starts. I am and I used to be highly allergic against most laundry detergents. I'm not talking about some uncomfortable itchiness or whatever, but vomiting, diarrhea, losing my eyesight temporarily, and at the end of my consciousness. I've been hospitalized for this multiple times already. We are using two brands I am not allergic against. He keeps complaining that they don't smell that good, which might be true. They aren't really fragrant, and I know he used to drown his clothes in fabric softener to make them smell nice. I offered to slowly start trying new laundry detergents because he keeps complaining about those two aren't easily accessible in his home country, but definitely not in the foreseeable future, as I am 8 months pregnant and very afraid of the possible consequences. We still have more than enough of the safe ones. He agreed and I thought the topic was done. But then his brother gifted us baby clothes. My fiancé kept commenting how good they smelled and how badly he wants our clothes to smell like this. I sorted through them, and after I was around halfway done, I noticed that I felt kind of off. My hands felt weird, my body felt wrong, so I washed every part that touched those clothes and refused to touch them without gloves. My fiancé bought them for me. So he definitely knows that I'm allergic against some detergents. Well, he decided to use the gifted laundry detergent on our towels. I didn't notice it until I started folding them and putting them away. My hands started to get hot and kind of numb and itchy. At first I was afraid that I am now allergic against one of the safe ones, until I noticed the gifted one was opened and kind of shoved in a corner. Our other two are also open and readily available. I just don't get it. I texted him and asked if he used the gifted laundry detergent for anything else. He said yes, what's the big deal? I told him that's not funny, and he's potentially playing with the life of our unborn son and mine, and why he thought now of all times is the right time to test my allergy again. He called me a drama queen and ignored me after. So I changed my will. My fiancé gets nothing now, neither my part of the house nor my other assets. Everything goes to my son, with my family as trustees until he is of age. If something were to happen to both my son and me, my cousins will be the sole inheritors. My fiancé was originally meant to be the trustee with different guidelines to make my son's life and his pretty comfortable. I trashed the old will, sent the new version to my lawyer to make him look over it, and plan to get it to a notary as soon as possible. Now my first thoughts on this is like, if you're at that point where you're changing the will and you don't want him to have any part of it because you don't trust him, why are you even continuing in the relationship? I'm not sure if that sounds too extreme to say already, but the fact that he's calling you a drama queen when he knows how bad your allergies are, you being pregnant as well, is just wild. And I think it's certainly something to consider, seeing as you're going to be getting married at some point in the future, and the lack of trust there is just screaming at me. But I'd rather be sewing says, are you sure you want to marry this person? Opie says, honestly, I'm not quite sure at the moment. He changed completely after I got pregnant. He used to take safe sheets and blankets to friends so I could sleep there without worrying. Raph says, then he will probably get worse after birth. You really want to have that guy washing your sheets while you're recovering from giving birth? What would happen if your son inherits your allergy? Opie says, I don't even want to imagine that. Some of my cousins are allergic too, thankfully only rashes and not the other things. But if our son and his tiny body would have the same reaction, oh man, I guess I have to find a way out of this mess. Beneficial Bat says, OP, is the bar so low that you'd put yourself in danger because it is an inconvenience to fiancé? My mother is highly allergic to certain fragrances in detergents. My father didn't know / forgot when he picked one up. Used it, she had a bad reaction. He felt bad and gave the detergent away, then went and got something she wasn't allergic to. His response was to fix it so his wife was not hurting. Yours is treating you as an inconvenience for something as little as laundry soap. Fiancé won't put in the effort to not do something that hurts you. Does Grandma know you are allergic? Opie responds saying she doesn't. If she would have known, she probably wouldn't have given it to us. She gave us lots of cleaning stuff in general, so laundry detergent fits right in. His mother knows though, but I don't think she knows exactly what I'm not allergic against and figured her son would handle it if it's something harmful to me. Go Malistic says, wait, what? Help me understand your thinking here. Your fiancé is purposely triggering your allergic reactions while you were pregnant. You asked him about it and he called you dramatic and is now ignoring you. Your response is to change your will. That makes me think you think he's trying to kill you, right? You don't want him to benefit from your death, but you are staying with him. If you feel your health and the health of your child are at risk, is there somewhere else you can stay? Can you talk to your doctor? Have your doctor talk with your fiancé? Do you even trust him with your health and safety? If not, I don't see this leading to a happy ending. Will or no will. It seems like there are a lot of missing steps between what happened and your response. Opie says I am not thinking he is trying to kill me. I'd set up my will before childbirth, as we aren't married and we won't be before our son is born. I'm afraid of me dying during childbirth and I wanted to make sure that both of them would have a comfortable life. I just can't trust him to take care of that amount of assets. If he so easily disregards my/our health, I still made sure my son will get taken care of and they can keep living in this house, but he won't be able to decide that asset X is to be sold so they can move wherever. It would have to involve my family because he has shown me that he doesn't have the best interest for our son at heart. If that makes any sense and isn't just my pregnant interpretation of things that occurred. Danu says, even if he isn't trying to kill you, he doesn't care if he hurts you. That alone should make you end the relationship. Opie says, I guess, it's just been such a switch up from him. He used to be my best friend and would have done anything to keep me from bodily harm, and now he did this. I guess I just can't come to terms with it because I keep thinking, maybe it's because he hasn't seen me hospitalized for it yet and thinks I'm just dramatic. He used to take this allergy so serious though. I don't know what changed, except me getting pregnant. So Opie comes back in with her update and says, hey, it's been a while and I wanted to give you all an update. Honestly, a lot happened. I had a rather uneventful conversation with him after he returned home. He justified his usage of the laundry detergent with the presence of cleaning towels in between the normal towels. I asked him how that matters. Well, apparently it's because I wasn't going to dry myself with those. I wasn't satisfied with that answer and asked about the normal towels, as there were only 2 for cleaning and over 10 normal ones, and how the smell of cleaning towels is relevant, because like he said, they are for cleaning. He didn't answer and started ignoring me. That was answer enough for me though. I knew it was BS, but I don't know. I'd kinda hoped for a better excuse. I was kind of withdrawn from him at this point and decided to watch his behavior towards me to figure out what was going on. I thought that I might get an answer somehow, somewhere, because he was my best friend and I just didn't want to believe that I mattered that little to him. The next incident happened soon after though. I was carrying a rather heavy drawer. I had to deep clean it. Mealworms escaped the enclosure. I am using them as food for my spider. As the drawer was so heavy, I struggled a lot, but he was busy working on some shelf. I asked him if he could help me, but he didn't react. So I asked him where I should put the drawer, as he was sitting in front of the shelf thingy, where it belongs. He told me to just put it on the floor, so I did. What I didn't see in time though was my Karcher. I put the drawer on the vacuum tube. Nothing broke, and even if it's mine, he wasn't using it at the moment or anything. It was just laying in the middle of the room. He lost his shit. He asked me if I can't even use my one brain cell and other stuff, implying I am dumb. That hurt, more than I would like to admit. I started silently crying and went to the living room. He followed me quite some time later, got upset with me because I was still sad and said it was just a joke. I told him I didn't find it funny and it hurt me. If he could just apologize, please. Spoiler, he did not. Just said it was a joke and we haven't had an argument before, so he didn't say it out of spite, but in a joking manner. I wish I could say it stopped there, but I fell and had mild cramps plus a bloody knee. I called him on the phone because I didn't have any friends in this country yet, and he was the only one available. Plus, I knew his boss would let him go, as he is a very kind man and he was supposed to end his workday 30 minutes from then anyway. That's what he had told me at least. I called him, he didn't pick up. I texted him and he didn't read my messages. He came home an hour late from work. He wasn't at work, he was visiting a friend whom he gave the laundry detergent